We're going live, Rooster Boosters. I'm having trouble with the phone. It's the big guy, Scott Ferrara. Mike the Crambu, Bob Berrettini is out there at the tailgate. It's championship match day, baby. We're here at Red Bull. We got both teams set up here, going through their walkthroughs, going through their kicking, going through all their stuff. Mikey, how is it outside, buddy?
It's hot, but we're having fun.
Yeah.
We had a nice little tailgate here. People are still tailgating out here, having fun. We made breakfast sandwiches since it was an early game. Got to have some some sausage, egg, and cheese, and bacon, egg, and cheese to get ready to watch amazing rugby game.
Absolutely. Listen, it's been a fun tailgate. I've been seeing people. We have Seattle. Here's Marty. Marty's Seattle super fan on the show. How are you doing? How's your fun?
God, it was great. One night I actually slept. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And here we are.
Yes.
In this
amazing venue. Can't beat it.
So happy.
Can't beat it. Anyway, yeah, I've been seeing all the Seattle fans. I've been seeing all the Rooney fans. I've seen a bunch of former Rooney players. Robert Emiscu of OGDC came up. Anthony Parry, Kirk Hamilton. So we've had a bunch of guys.
Yeah,
bunch of people.
Foden just walked past me in the parking lot like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I figured Foden is here, so that means that Foden's here. Constance Simpson is too far behind. I'm here front row, section 126, right at the midpoint line. So hopefully you'll see my fat ass on the television quite often. And so far, I don't see any changes as far as the lineup, besides the change of Pryor not starting and Antonio Kiri starting. You want to go over the lineups for us, Mike?
Yeah, sure thing. First, we'll start off with Seattle, and then we'll go to Rugby New York. So for Seattle, at 1, Mazaba Majolo, James Malcolm, and Sam Montiera. That rounds out your front row. Then Samu Maba, Rhino Hurst, Andrew Durotalo, and Travis Larson, and Reichert Hatting as your captain. Round out the rest of your pack. Backs is J.P. Smith.
I got a Broccoli Man sighting over there. He's doing his thing, dancing.
So, AJ Alatuba, Martin Yosefo, David Budsby, Dan Kryle, Ross Neal, and Matt Turner round out your backs. And then for your benches, Sean McNulty, Kellen Gordon, Taniele Tupo, Brad Tucker, Tommy Clark, Reed Watkins, Tavedete, Lapote, and Luana Futi. So
nice.
We're getting that's your Seattle team. As for Rugby New York, Chance McGlewski, Dylan Foss, and Wilt Rabolo round out your front three. Ben Benasso, vice captain, with Nate Brakely as your captain. Will Tucker, Brendan O'Connor, and Antonio Kiri make out your loose forwards. Andy Ellis at 9, Jack Houghton at 10, Andrew Coe, Jason Emery, Fossey Fuatai, and Asaki Naholo, and Nene Miller-Scudder round out your backs. As for a bench, Caleb Geiger, Nick Mayhew, Kololo, Nick Tveta, Joe Basser, Conor McManus, Sam Windsor, and Quinn Nwadi. So that is your Rugby New York team for today.
That's awesome. Before we get to analysis, we have another major sighting. I don't know if you can see him, but Toronto Arrows Lucha Libre guys here walking up the stairs. So we have a whole bunch of rugby super fans in the house. We're going to do a ball exchange with our buddy Matt Cutright. Probably at halftime or at some point, we're going to try and get everybody together and do another ball exchange with Seattle. We got to do one at the Seattle home match last year. So I was very excited to be able to do that with Matt. Let's talk about the match. We're on a larger size pitch. I think that helped us and it helped Seattle. We have both guys. Both teams have guys who are flyers. So it's one of those things where anybody is going to be able to break a long run at any moment.
Yeah, it seems like we have fast backs. We also have fast forwards. Both sides have fast forwards. I think you're going to see there's two very similar styles of play and similar style in character and player makeup in the teams. And so I think this field helps both of us. It's going to be. I think it's just going to be. Hopefully, it might be like just a crazy shootout. Offensive game, defense. Yeah, bigger field makes it a little harder to defend. And so it might be an Old West, rugby high scoring shootout.
Great. Yeah, definitely, absolutely. So now we just got the Rooney flag. We're going to display. Shout out to Stanton. His mom made this awesome flag here. Let me get it right. Correct. This way? This way? Ooh. Sorry. Awesome. So we're going to, me and Rob will display the flag here. I don't know if you guys can see it that well. It might be upside down. But here. Let me move. Go this way. Oh, we're just taking a quick picture. for social media. All right, I'm back. So, yeah, so I think it's going to be a free-flowing game for both teams. Again, I think it comes down to mistakes. Minimize your mistakes, minimize your ball handling errors, and all of a sudden you will be the team that's leading at the final whistle. Will Tucker being in the lineup kind of surprised me after his tumultuous exit out of, I believe, the last Seahawks match, where he not only went high on a hit, then threw an elbow in the open field at their scrum half. I don't remember who was playing scrum half at the time, and got suspended for 4 matches. He's now well rested and back in the lineup. So it is what it is.
So you're gonna potentially have the Tucker brothers play against each other, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be the first time that brothers have ever faced each other in an MLR championship.
Oh, in the championship, maybe. I was gonna say, if you remember, we played San Diego this year, and Tara and Dan played against each other. So I was gonna say they did play against each other, and I think Brad's. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it, I don't know if Brad made the trip to New York. I think he was injured at the time of the last match. So yeah, this might be the first time.
That'll be interesting. A weird MLR fact, hopefully, if it is true, so that the announcers are able to throw out there. But yeah, I said shootout defensively. We're gonna have to definitely play the bend not break, watch those crossfield kicks, watch that speed, watch those open play kicks. Like we said, with a bigger field, that's a lot more opportunity. That's a lot more room to put it in the back, and I think we've been good defensively on the kicks at times this season, and other times it's looked a little weak. But yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting game.
Me too. I wonder who's gonna be kicking for points and who's not. Seattle's Alatimu, kicked for a lot of points last week, but they scored a lot of tries in the first half against Houston. So I wonder if there's a tighter defense, if they're going to kick more in the first half as opposed to the second half. And then for us, we kicked a couple, but it wasn't really. It was the tries that won the day for us in the open field of play we had. And again, more rugby loyalty. Steven! Stevie Lewis, GM of New York over there. I got to harass him a little bit. He's wearing his nice suit. But all right, let's get predictions so you can get your butt in here. What's your prediction, Mikey?
I said Rugby New York by 5 on Tuesday. I'm going to go Rugby New York again by 5.
Oh, yeah,
like I said, I think it's going to be it's going to be an offensive game. It'll be interesting to see, what happens. But I'm still sticking Rugby New York by 5.
We got the GM here. Today's the day, baby. We're excited. We love it, baby. Thank you, Steven. So I'm going, what? We're going to be, me, you, and Jason, we're going to be symbiotic in this match. We're saying Rudy by 5. I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to come down to who's going to score the most points in the last 8 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're at right now. Fans are starting to pile in. Get your butt in the stadium so I can see you, buddy. Let's go, Rudy.
Absolutely. Let's go, Rooney.